welcome back for the next episode. So hopefully in the last one, or the last couple of episodes, you've got to grips with a few different chords. But today we're going to focus on power chords. So that's going to open up the full neck and basically give you a really easy and quick way to be able to play every single note as a chord. So let's have a little look at how your fingers will look when you play that. So if we start off with the neck, and we talk about the top string, so this being your E, basically this is going to make a minor power chord for every single note all the way down. And the really easy way, a bit like the E that we had learned the other day, what you're doing is you're just going to be playing the top 3 strings for this. So you only need your 2 fingers. A couple of ways you can play that. So you can either use finger 1, finger 2 on the 2nd fret of the A and the D string. And again, only play those top 3, or the other is that you can actually just bar it and use one finger to press down those 2 frets. So whichever way works for you. So the great thing about these is that that's an E. If you then move down by 1 string, so again if we take finger 1 and 2 and we put them on the D and the G string, and then don't play the top string but play the 3 strings underneath from the A down, that gives you an A. So we've got an E and an A, and you can easily flick between them. Now the way that this opens up the whole neck is, if you think back to what we said about all the notes, so this being an E, an F sharp, a G, and so on all the way down the neck, we simply move those chords. So if you think that you've got this being a note, and then the next 2 strings where you've got your fingers, if you slide down by 1, obviously what we need to do is we need to add something here to give us that same movement. So everything slides by 1. So what you do is you take finger 1, you put it in the 1st fret, take your 3rd finger on the 3rd fret of the A, and your 4th finger on the 3rd fret of the D. And that gives you the power chord for F. Slide down by a fret, F sharp, G, and so on. So that works on the top 3 strings and the 2nd through to 4th as well. So if we do the same again. So by learning that power chord technique, that will literally open up so many songs and open you up to be able to play, well, like say every single note twice over. When you think about, you've got an E all the way through. Once you hit 12, you're back at an E, you've got an A, and when you hit 12 here, you're back at an A again. So it opens up full neck and open up all those chords. So what we'll do is let's have a little look at a song that we can play. So let's look at Pork and Beans by Weezer. We'll do the chorus. Okay, so to play this song, we're going to use the 3rd fret on the E and play a power chord. We're going to use the 5th fret on the A as a power chord. Then slide to the 7th fret on the A, power chord again, and then up to the 3rd fret on the A. So that's the 4 chords you need. So if we go through that again, so that was 3rd fret E, 5th fret A, 7th fret A, 3rd fret A. And with this, because it's a loop, just practice this over and over and you'll get you used to moving about the fretboard and using power chords. So it goes like this. Because it's repetitive like that, it means you can just practice that over and over and over again. It'll help strengthen your fingers, it'll help get you used to moving around, and it'll just generally make this become a much quicker thing for you to pick up. So to slow down the strumming, so I've set it like this, so you'll not be able to see the chords I'm playing quite as easily, but hopefully you'll see what my strumming hand's doing. So 3rd fret, 5th fret, 7th fret, 3rd fret, that's the numbers you need to remember, and it was on the E and then 3 chords on the A. that down, it's a down you start with. So it's down, a slight pause, down again, and then that's when you start coming up. So if we listen to that again. And it's that repetition over all the chords which you need to practice. And what I would say is start slow and build that up. Just get a little bit faster each time until you get comfortable moving around. And once you've got that, especially the going between strings. So the other thing you could practice at the very beginning, what I was doing, where you were going between E and A, sorry. But you can use that on any note at all. So you could go take a G and a C, and you could go. And this is very much one of those ones where you can practice it, you can pick chords, you can start listening to how they sound together, you'll start seeing that certain chords work well with others, but you definitely want to be trying to practice going between strings and trying to move. Generally you'll probably move 2 frets at a time because that's moving one whole step. So there you have another lesson there. Definitely one which you're going to have to take a bit of time just practicing and getting used to how you're moving around the fretboard, trying to move up and down strings as well as going left and right up and down the fretboard, putting together four chords in a sequence and just practicing strumming is also really good. I've also suggested and shown you how to do the chorus from Pork and Beans because I find that's got the right mix in terms of the pace that it moves at, the 4 chords that you're using, but also the strumming pattern's a little bit tricky in terms of it'll help you to get used to how to not just strum up and down all the time. So definitely one worth practicing. And again, just have a little listen to the song, listen to the chorus, how it sounds, and you'll start to hear how that strumming translates from the sound to what you're playing. So I'll leave it there, let you have a bit of practice on that. And then next time we can maybe look at other songs that we can use some of the power chords for. But until the next time, keep on practicing, keep on having fun, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye bye.